wish to be heard? Here,
Mr. Bishop.
Mr. Bishop, excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand up, my friend.
Government agencies that serve the American public, including the Federal Trade Commission, the Small Business Administration, the Internal Revenue Service, and the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Let's be clear about what the bill really does. It's an assault on working Americans. It's an assault on our democracy and on our core responsibilities to carry out the needs of government. It's written in a way that really serves the rich, and it cuts the institutions that working families rely on every day. It cuts, as you have heard, and you've heard and hear over and over, the enforcement budget of IRS drastically. And of course, it's not the most popular agency, but I don't understand how, if you continue to axe its budget each year so that billionaires can dodge their fair share while hardworking Americans have higher costs and worse service. If you take issue with the tax laws, we should change them through the legislative process and not by disarming the IRS and taking away the tools that it uses to go after billionaire and multimillionaire tax cheats. Certainly, don't make it harder for everyday folks who just want to pay their taxes that are due, but find themselves unable to connect with a representative over the phone. It makes things worse for consumers. It's remarkable how tone deaf it appears that this majority is. After President Trump illegally fired 2 members of the Federal Trade Commission, the bill is completely silent on that matter, and in fact, it slashes the Commission's budget. Again, the majority can have a difference in opinion on policy, but rubber stamping undemocratic and flagrantly illegal activities is unconscionable, and it's an embarrassment to us on the world stage. How does the American public win when the agency dedicated to preventing unfair trade practices loses its credibility and allows companies free rein to scam people, to sell unsafe products, and to hike prices without consequence? The same is for the product safety. The president illegally fired 3 Democratic commissioners from the Consumer Product Safety Commission. And here this bill is silent on this unprecedented action while cutting the commission's funding. Talk about adding insult to injury. We could be here all night to talk about unlawful actions, but slashing support for the Small Business Administration and cutting clean energy programs that help entrepreneurs save money makes it harder for hardworking small business owners to grow their businesses and to create jobs. On top of the cuts in the bill, it's loaded with more than 60 extreme policy riders, taking aim at reproductive rights, rolling back D.C.'s home rule, forcing a far-right agenda in what should be a straightforward government funding bill. Finally, while threats to our election system grow more serious by the day, the bill pays lip service with a pittance of funding for the election security grants. By not putting money where our mouths are, it's clear that the majority doesn't believe their own words when they say falsely that there's rampant election fraud. They know that election security grant provide funding for critical equipment upgrades, and it hardens security against our adversaries like Russia, China, and Iran who oppose our democratic institutions. We should be doing more, not less, to help states run safe and secure elections, especially as the threats get more complex. You'd rather leave us vulnerable to foreign interference rather than putting the fundamental right to vote, strengthening that right to vote. The bill turns its back on the powerful people, the very people that we were sent here to represent. Protects the powerful, weakening institutions, and ordinary families count on. I'm dismayed to say that I oppose this legislation, and I encourage my colleagues to vote no. But hopefully, before we finish this process, that we can adequately come together on a bipartisan basis to come up with a bill that really serves the American people. And so then I cannot support the bill in its present form, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Right on time. The chair